Thank you. Uh, Let me clarify. What you see around you cannot be conceived or done by one single individual. It is the culmination of a lot of people's efforts over a sustained period of time. But I do acknowledge that the thinking has to start somewhere, and somewhere in some discussion, I'm sure some of us contributed to this idea, and it's lovely to see all of you here tonight to take these initiatives that we have conceived to a logical, not an end, but a logical progress. May I take this opportunity to thank all those who are here, especially to begin with our teachers, our former teachers, who've been such an inspiration to all our lives, to all our successes. Thank you very much for some of you who have traveled a long way to be here with us. Thank you very much, sirs. May I also take this opportunity to thank Mr. Srinivasan and his lovely wife to accept our request to be our chief guest and also inspiring us to look at change in a different light. I'm sure your words of inspiration or words of advice as to how we should look at these initiatives and how we should look at change and adapt to change would be something that we would discuss and keep in our minds as we take these initiatives forward. Thank you, sir, and thank you, madam. Without Santosh Shivan, obviously the function wouldn't have gone ahead. It was tough to get him here on December 11th. He was shooting in the UK. And over a couple of months, we kind of convinced him to give us a date, and finally we have him here. Thank you, Santosh Shivan and his family to have come here and graced this occasion and accepted our award. Well, what you see around is a lot of effort, but some of our sponsors have been very benevolent, very kind, very generous in how they have offered to help, especially our title sponsors, In Royal Properties. Thank you very much, Sunny sir, Prem sir, everyone who has helped us. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Ramada Alapi. Thank you, Zach and team. I'd like to thank Chaitanya Eye Hospital, the NIMS Hospital, and also the SUT Hospital for contributing to this wonderful evening. I'm just figuring out if I have missed anyone because there are so many names, but I don't want to take names, but still I would like to acknowledge some of the people who have helped, especially the media who's been of tremendous help all through this week, all the radio channels, all the newspapers, television channels who have covered us. Thank you very much, and they're here tonight as well. Thank you for your support. I think I've missed the non-teaching staff. You're not to be forgotten in any way. The non-teaching staff, right? I mean, I've been a Loyolite since my UKG days, so I know how much of a help the ladies staff of the non-teaching have been, and also our uncles, as we call them, have been in our journey. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Quick thanks to Sumesh Lal of 86 for putting this band together. We don't have a name for the band. Maybe it's a motley crew, which comes to mind. Thank you, Sumesh. Thank you, George, for coming over and taking the Loyola anthem to another level. Thank you very much. It was wonderful. It was, we weren't sure whether we could live up to, the kind of heights that you started off with, but hopefully the evening we will. Okay. Ajay and company, Ajay and team who's been behind the event management of the 2010 batch. Thank you, Ajay. Long way to go tonight, but still thank you very much. Harvest for the catering business, all the sound and lights. And one person I would like to acknowledge individually because he was one of the persons who made this possible. Last evening at 3, we got a call from our courier company saying the handmade trophy, the award which was to be given to Santosh Shivan, was actually on its way from Bangalore to Salem. And that was 3:30 in the afternoon. And beside me was a gentleman by the name Sundarlal Sundaram. He rose, I had a meeting at 3:30, so I left. And Sundar just took it upon himself, took the late night flight to Bangalore, drove 4 hours to Salem, pulled the courier package out of the Blue Dart premises, drove back another 4 hours to catch the 9:15 flight to be here at 11:30 and join us at the hall in SMC. Thank you, Sundar. You were exceptional tonight, except last night. Thank you very much. And so when I look back at all the little events which happened, even from the day when Dr. Santosh Rollins actually gave us a lease of life, so to say, to all the little events which happened, I look back and say there's only one force which was guiding all of us. That was the Lord above us. I think we thank God with all our hearts because He made it all possible. Thank you. Have a great evening. Thank you very much for coming.